My father, I'm a preacher's kid, and my father's brother, his older brother, Pastor Reverend J.J. Jordan, was his mentor, was Timothy Flemming's mentor. As he started preaching at the age of 11, my uncle would take him out to preach. And he was such a little guy, they would have to use milk crates and milk cartons to stand him on so he could be seen as he was preaching. He's been a part of my family from the beginning. He and my mother were great friends, who's also another Tennille, Georgia person. There's a lot of Tennille, Georgia people in here today. And one of the things that I want us to know before we bring him up, and I'm sure he doesn't mind, because I know he's of the same mindset, we cannot allow our history to be forgotten. We are the griots of our history. Just because there wasn't a camera around doesn't mean it didn't happen. So we have to be the carriers of our history to those that follow us. As he comes, I hope that he might share some of his experiences. He's also another person born in Tender Heights. So I hope he shares some of that experience. He's one of the first students, African-American students at Mercer University. He was a part of the group of people. A lot of us take Tatnall Square Park for granted today. It wasn't always that free for us to walk through. He was a part of the group of people that made it possible for us to be in Tatnall Square Park. Not just talking about it, but when they were throwing rocks at them, Timothy and those were throwing rocks back at them. I'm talking about being involved in that manner. I just want to share a few things with you that if you might not know. He's also a Morehouse man. He's also a graduate of Morehouse. I don't know if you know that. But in 1983, Reverend Timothy Flemming was the first African-American preacher to host Moments of Reflection on CBS affiliate Channel 5 in Atlanta, Georgia. In 1985, he received the J.J. Ross Research Fund Award for Outstanding Personalities of the South. In 1986, he received the prestigious Spoken Word Award from Gospel Music Workshop of America and the Stellar Award for his famous sermon entitled, What Jealousy Will Do. In 1987, the country of France, Germany, Switzerland named him Mr. Versatility for his concerts he performed, The Soul of Spirituals. In 1992, he was awarded the MLK Junior Medallion by the late Reverend Hosea Williams, along with Evander Holyfield, for his role in clothing and feeding the hungry. In 1983, he was inducted into the Georgia Hall of Fame as an outstanding recording artist. After the 9/11 tragedy in New York, Reverend Timothy Flemming's tribute, It is a mean old world to live in. Old camp meeting song was aired on CNN Network to heal this nation. On 1994, he was awarded the Mahalia Jackson and Thomas A. Dorsey Award of one of the nation's greatest gospel singers. In 1995, Georgia State awarded him the Living Legend Award. In 1996, Dr. Henry J. Lyons, president of the National Baptist Convention, appointed him to be the director of the media ministry of the National Baptist Convention. In 1996, the New York Times said that Reverend Timothy Flemming has proved to be a sonorous Bible fulminating orator and gifted preacher of our time. As you can see, I could go on and on and on. Let me just say this one. A school was named after him in his honor in Liberia, Africa. Yeah, you can go ahead and clap for that. It is a great joy and a great honor for me to stand where I stand, for I know how our families are so connected. And I'm just so honored to be able to call you family, because you are. It's just, I'm overjoyed. I really am. And I know they didn't call you here to sing today, but I'm gonna get my friends here to encourage you to sing us something. Don't y'all wanna hear him sing us something? Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to some, introduce to some, but I ask that you all honor this man because he lives the life that Jesus wanted us to live, that he knows that the greatest among us shall be the greatest servant, and he is surely a servant. Y'all please welcome Reverend Timothy Flemming.
It is with great honor to come back to my home, where I was born here at Tender Heights Project and preached all over this city as a child. When I was pastoring Zion Hill here and first got married at 19 and pastored Forest Chapel in Dooley County. Moved to Atlanta and pastored Faith Tabernacle. And now I'm still the pastor of Mount Carmel Baptist Church for almost 49 years. And I'm very grateful that I've been around the world 5 times, and every place I've gone, I have mentioned my hometown, Macon, Georgia. I am deeply grateful for what I've heard here today, to see how you have remembered those who paved the way, and to come down here and see a place where my grandfather, who passed away, fell dead in that train station, where it was so much history, where we used to hear of Nancy Hank train that used to come from Savannah to Macon and to Atlanta. My grandfather was Chef Ferguson, and all the Fergusons out there in Alberta. I'm a Ferguson and a Flemming. I am grateful to come see this and to see the changes that has happened here in Macon and beginning to wake and arouse our people of who we are. The cherry tree blossom, I came back and performed at Mercer University for you a few months, 3 or 4 years ago, at a school where I was sometimes the only black sitting in the class, and saw the racial slurs and remarks made against us when only 20 of us were allowed to go in Mercer. Dr. William Holmes Borders, my pastor at Week Street, had an interest in me becoming the pastor of Week Street, and he pulled me out of Mercer in my senior year and carried me to Morehouse. I had no idea, but he was a mentor of mine who's from Macon. I remember Week Street, and I turned down the offer to follow him at Wheat Street Baptist Church. But we often talked about the history of here and how we went through so much, the struggle. I can recall my own brother, oldest brother, was found down a few blocks down around that river where he was lynched. And we have heard and seen people lynched in this place. But things has changed, and we have to accept the change. Now we are beginning to walk as one and not divided. I'm glad to see white and blacks coming together because it takes salt and pepper to make food taste good. I met some of the most beautiful people in the back there that I was just smiling to hear a young man playing the guitar for me back there while he was just singing for me. And that lovely voice and that lovely mother and friend with him as well. I want to just say to the young man who started this, and I see some of my members surprising. Will you all stand? I did not know you all were coming out here. It shocked me. Amen from Atlanta. What could I say? A lot has been said, and I don't want to bore you. Yes, this trophy here, when you asked me about this, was Preacher of the Year that was given to me by Mr. Edmund Patterson. This trophy, asked me to bring this, was when I was voted Preacher of the Year by Gospel Workshop of America, which was later nominated as a Stellar Award for Spoken Word, which was presented to me by Reverend James Cleveland in St. Louis, Missouri. I think this award here is, I don't know how they call me that, but they gave me the Mahalia Jackson Thomas A. Dorsey Award as a gospel singer. This award was the Living Legend Award, was given to me by Georgia State. I didn't want to bring all of them. They just told me to bring 3 or 4 of them. I did a spiritual, and you can probably see it on YouTube. I was in Black Forest, Germany. And they asked me to sing. I used to travel with Miss Marion Williams, and we toured. I went to Germany, Switzerland, and London, England, where I performed this spiritual as a tribute to our history. It has touched people to hear it because I wanted them to feel what our forefathers felt. And that was a spiritual, Lord, how come me here? Lord, how come me here? Thinking about Miss Tubman in the railroad trying to escape with the slaves. Lord, how come me here? Lord, how come me here? I wish I never been born. I wish I'd never been born. Lord, they treat me so mean here. Lord, we're treated so mean here. Lord, we treated so mean here. I just wish I never been born. I wish I never been born. Ooh. I wish I never been born. I wish I never been born. I am a poor pilgrim of sorrow. I'm tossed in this wide world alone. I have no hope for tomorrow, but I've started to make heaven my home. Sometime I'm tossed and driven, Lord. Sometime I don't know where to roam. But I heard of a city as I traveled with the slaves through the woods. I heard of a city walking on snakes. I heard of a city called heaven, and I'm trying to make heaven my home. Thank you, Ms. Tubman.
Mr. Crawley is coming. Fanta. Fanta. This is not as prestigious as some of the awards and trophies that you've brought. However, on behalf of the Tubman Museum, Macon, Georgia, we would like to present to you a plaque Thank you, Fanta. Honoring you for your music and your contributions to our community, Rock My Soul 2023. Thank you, Reverend Timothy Flemming. Now, I want to mess with him a little bit. He know I'm going to do it. Oh, you better run, better run, better run now. You better run, better run, better run. Hey, you better run to the city of refuge. You better, oh, you better run, better run, better run now. You better run, better run, better. Hey, you better.
Come on, a little fast. Well, God called Moses from the mountaintop, and he placed the love in Moses' heart. And then they give the commandments in Moses' mind. And Moses, don't you leave my children behind. Oh, you better run, better run, better run. You better run, better run, better run. You better run to the city of red. You better run. If you don't believe that the Bible is right, you can pick up the Bible and read it tonight. You can read in Genesis, he will understand. But to the Lord, he was the oldest man. He lived 969. Died and went to heaven in good due time. But you better run, you better run, better run. Oh, you better run to the city of red. You better run. There was a man of the Pharisees, old Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. He came to Jesus and he came by night. He said, I want to be born in the heavenly sun. Oh, rock my soul in the bosom of Jehovah. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. Oh, rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul.
You all come on and give a great big round of applause. Tell him thank you, Reverend Timothy Flemming.